improvements throughout the country. We are currently in the process of implementing the Moloto Corridor development northeast of Pretoria, where we are enhancing commuter and traffic safety while developing viable economic projects along this important transit route. Now, the Moloto Road stretches over 160 kilometers and it spans over 3 provinces, Gauteng, Mpumalanga, and Limpopo, and it is used by tens of thousands of commuters every day. Elsewhere in the country, we are upgrading the N7 Oliphants River Bridge in the Western Cape, which is strategic to the movement of people and goods between South Africa and Namibia. There is significant construction work that we are doing on the N2 in KZN and in the upgrade of the N3 in the Hammersdale interchange. This month, we will be launching 3 bus rapid transit systems in different municipalities across the country. These are in the Harambee Pilot Rapid Service from Tembisa, Kempton Park, Isando, and OR Tambo, Lieto, La Polokwane in Limpopo, and Go Durban BRT in eThekwini. We are looking to the various bus rapid transit systems to help stimulate urban regeneration by bringing poor communities closer to economic opportunities and urban areas. Our investment in the transport sector over the years has helped transform and improve the quality of life of millions of our people who were previously excluded from the economy. However, we still have a lot more to do. It is only when we do little bits that we realize that there's much more to do. Now, with the growth in urbanization, as you know, many more of our people are moving from various parts of the country going to urban areas. Now, our government must be prepared for future challenges as many more people come to the cities. This will place a great deal more strain on our transport infrastructure, and it will lead to more congestion on our roads and require more enforcement capacity. Now, as cities grow, as well at the same time as informal settlements spread further away from urban centers, the need to have an integrated developmental planning process becomes ever more important. We need to understand transport as an integral part of a much larger plan for the provision of infrastructure and services. Economic growth as well as service delivery can only take place when we have efficient, effective transportation that is reliable, that is safe, and that is integrated. Now, in this October month, let us affirm our commitment to work together to build a transport system that is going to be both safe, that is going to be efficient, that is going to be economically effective, and that is going to be socially friendly to our people so that the livelihoods of our people can keep on improving. For its part, government will continue to invest in innovative ways to grow the transport sector, to improve our people's lives, and to build a more prosperous and inclusive society. But in the end, all of us have a role to play in all this. Each one of us gathered here, be it a minister, be it the premier, be it MECs, mayors, and our law enforcement officers in the SAPS, in our metro traffic system, every one of us, community members, we all have a role to play. And I've been saying that the only way we can move our country forward is if each one of us takes up our responsibility to make sure that indeed we do play our role in ensuring that South Africa, our beautiful country, does move forward. But in the end, during this month, we call upon road users, drivers, pedestrians, cyclists, and everyone else to make sure that we cooperate with our law enforcement officers. We actually should work with them. We should have mutual respect, change our behavior, make sure that we make our roads safe. And it should not only be for this month, it should be, as our campaign and our slogan says, 365 days. It must be 365 days of safe utilization of our roads, 365 days of enforcement. Now, I was very pleased to hear our Premier here, Premier Makura, saying quite often he is called sometimes for surprise participation in roadblocks, and sometimes it's called at midnight. They just say, Premier, we're going to set up a roadblock at midnight, and he immediately gets out of his pajamas, he told me, and wears his boots, and he joins our officers who are going to mount a roadblock. I didn't ask him what color his pajamas are, but he tells me that he does wake up and immediately takes up the responsibility. Now, Minister Mbalula, who somebody told me that he's 3 in 1, sports, police, and now transport. He wears green pajamas when he goes to sleep. So Nanige, wake him up so that he also comes and participates in roadblocks. On occasion, you also taught a new job. Yabona Namhlanje was a police official for a few minutes, so that when I'm no longer in this position that I'm in now, at least I have a future as a police officer in your roadblocks. But I want to end by thanking all of you. Let us take this month seriously. But much more importantly, to all of us as South Africans, let us take the 365 days much more seriously. I would really like to see a new change, a new behavior. As we are going now to the festive season, let us ramp up our good behavior and reduce the incidence of accidents and make sure that lesser and lesser people die on our roads. But as far as our officers are saying, let's carry on with the BOPA campaign. Those who don't obey the law, thank you very much.
All right, now we know what color our transport minister's pajamas are. It's green, we're told. All right, the president wrapping up his keynote address at the launch of the Transport Month, October Transport Month campaign, saying some pertinent things during his speech, talking about this growth of urbanization, which will add a greater strain to our transport infrastructure, and how government needs to stay on top of things in order to, be aware of this and mitigate this as well. He also says that, this is all aimed at setting up a reliable, a safe and integrated transport system. And he says government will invest in innovative ways to improve the transport sector. Earlier on, he gave some important advice, saying that roads won't become safer if we don't change our attitudes. That's quite important. And safer roads begins with you checking your vehicle. And if it is indeed not roadworthy, don't use it. The president talking about changing the law to bring down the threshold in terms of the legal blood alcohol level. That's one to watch for as well. And also spoke about this demerit system, which introduces a meaningful consequences. This falls part of the ARTO Act. And according to our Minister of Transport, we understand it will become into full effect from June next year. We're going to get some confirmation on that and bring in maybe our reporter Nhlanhla Katlana, who's covering the story for us, and maybe get a one-on-one with the minister to try and figure out exactly how this will be implemented.